This will likely be the very first installment of this pharmacy journey. I'm going to recap some. You're probably wondering how I got to this point, why there's some balloons in the back. Well, it's the last day of my PGY1 residency. So, just want to talk to you, bring you through the last day with me. So let's ride along. So, just to be clear, it's going to be pretty informal, this series. Just a little ride along on a ride home, talk to you, share some experiences and whatnot. And this installment is about my last day of residency. It's a long day coming. They tell you residency is going to be long, it's going to be hard, but you never really know until you get there. They say it's like rotations on steroids, but you never really know until you get there. They say it's going to be tiring, going to be stressed out, but you never really know until you get there. So, I have enough time. We have enough time to explore all the different things that I've been through, all the different things that I've learned. But today was the last day of residency, and it was very exciting. You come into work. Of course, some residents are still working and whatnot. Today wasn't really a work day for me. It was more so chill, get any last things in order. For me, it was my work binder. So with my residency, we were putting together a binder that pretty much had all the work that we did, or the substantial work that we did throughout the year. It's like topic discussions that were verbal. Of course, they're verbal, they don't go in there. But there's a lot of work, and as that binder started to fill up, that's when I realized, like, dang, I did a lot. And it's not like the small 1-inch binders. These are like really big 2-inch binders type things, and they were getting full. So it really helped me realize how much I did throughout the year. It really helped me realize how far along I've come, and it's something I'm really proud of. And I was able to put that together. I was chilling with my co-residents in the resident office, and we were just talking, recapping a little bit, telling some jokes. Whoever was still working. But I actually left them to go to my home hospital around noon. And it was pretty sad. I'm not going to lie to you. When you graduated from elementary school, middle school, high school, and they play "As We Go On, We Remember All the Times We've Had Together." That's low-key what was playing in my head. That's like I really had that vitamin C on the brain. And I took one good look at my residents, my co-residents, and I looked around the room, and it's like, wow, really got to this point. You're filled with a lot of different emotions, most of it being relief, happiness, because the long years finally come to an end. You can kind of breathe a little bit. Other than that, you're kind of filled with nostalgia as you think about all the things that you've been through, all the struggles, all the good times and the joys and the laughters. Lots of different emotions. Sadness, because really those that you go through this with have really become family at this point. They've really become the people that you hold nearest and dearest, because a lot of times I did spend more time in the hospital than I did at home. And these people that you bond with is great. It's really awesome. So that's kind of the feelings that I had afterwards. I went to my home hospital. They had a little ceremony for me. I had an exit survey where we were talking about different things about the program, how I felt, some critiques, what was some strong points, things that can get better. And after that, we had our little get together, our party, and gave a little speech. I like public speaking. It's still something that can make you nervous, but I personally like it. So I gave a little speech, took some pictures, and if you follow me on Instagram at @the_, Real, REAL, Julian, JULIEN. You probably see some of that joy and excitement and some of those things from that time period. But right now I'm heading home, and it's surreal right now. Don't really get that full feel yet until probably a couple days later. But as the congratulations are pouring in, as the end really starts to draw near, I can say I felt like it was worth it. All the laughter, the crying, all the long nights, short nights. Like when you think about sleep, short nights, long days, it was worth it. I really felt like I'm leaving better than I came in. For the fact that I'm more organized, I'm smarter, I'm wiser, I'm stronger emotionally, because I've been through some things and I've had to keep it together despite whatever I had going on. I really feel like residency is worth it. Not all residencies may be worth it, I caution. But the experience that I had, I put in the hours and it didn't disappoint. And the fact that I got what I was looking for. Will I learn everything in this 1 year? No, I did not. For sure. Stop it. You know how many drugs there are? For sure, I did not learn everything. But I came out learning, if I need to know everything, where can I go find it? I came out learning the value of practice and clinical judgment. Understanding clinical judgment, because leaving school, you don't really know what clinical judgment means, because we know book discernment. We know how to decide based on numbers. But even then, the numbers don't always tell the full story until you put it together. I learned that pharmacists are investigators. Like, we really put together some pictures when it comes to the patient, their presentation, and the medications. I've learned a lot. Grown up a lot too. Blown up a lot too. Yeah, they got that freshman 15. I probably got that residency 20, if I'm being honest. But it didn't have to be like this. But everyone deals with stresses. Everybody deal with things differently. But that's okay, because your boy about to get right for this PGY2. Oh, that's probably the first I mentioned it. Yeah, in a couple weeks I'll be starting the PGY2 in geriatrics. I have to move with it too, so that'll definitely be an adventure. But I don't want to make these videos too long. I want to keep it something relatively short, hopefully less than 10 minutes if I can. Like I said, this is the first installment. You're probably wondering, how did I get here? But we'll recap. I'll bring you along that journey. I decided to do this towards the end of my residency, so you probably couldn't really get the full picture of the residency while it was happening, the PGY1. But I plan to try to keep this going through my PGY2. So you'll still have some experience, if I do say so myself, if you come along this journey with me. So I'm not on YouTube yet, but whenever this goes on there, hit that like button, subscribe. If you're in pharmacy school, we'll have a little something for you too. If you're graduating soon, thinking about residency, thinking about fellowship. Of course, I'm not a fellow, but I have friends who've done fellowships. My co-residents at my home hospital were resident/fellowships in the FAMU BMS residency fellowship program. So I'm pushing 10 minutes. I'm out, y'all. Thanks for riding with me.